Alright, this thing on? That probably didn't sound good, did it? I always don't know how loud to talk during these because I'm either screaming or I'm super quiet, so you get what you get, don't throw a fit. Alright, so I'm just going to go over these quick notes 2.4 day 1. They are very quick, it's just like a little introduction, that's why I picked today to call off. Okay, so it's two things. We're going to be given a point in the vertex, we're going to be asked to write the equation. Now, we're going to still be dealing with the same equation that we've been working with. This y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, the general form of quadratic equation. Okay, where h and k are your vertex, you pull it right from the graph. Okay, the only new thing is we're going to be given an xy point. Okay, an xy point to plug in for our x and our y, leaving what variable? Well, what's the only variable we've been talking about for the past 4 days? It's this one right here, our a value. Okay, so we're going to learn how to solve for a in a different way. We learned the 1 over 4p, solve for p, plug it back in, that's what we learned yesterday, right? So today we're going to actually be solving for it, plugging in 2 points on the graph, the vertex, and then one other single point. Okay? No promises on the hair drying, I'm using my mouse. That's what all my gaming Apex skills have taught me, even though I'm terrible at video games. Okay, so we want to plug x, y, and hk into corresponding places in the vertex form of the equation. The only variable remaining will be the a. Okay, the second step, solve for a. Third step, write out your final answer by plugging in the h you get for the vertex and the a you just solved for. So obviously the final answer is just going to have y and x, still y and x. You need them to have an equation. Okay, so let's do step number 1. Plug x, y, and h and k in. Okay, I already got these labeled for you. I got these x, y, and then my vertex is at the top here. It's a negative, hint, it's a negative parabola. It's facing down. Okay, my h is going to be 50, my k is going to be 35, my x is going to be 0, my y is going to be 15. Okay, so let's plug in. So I have y equals, so 15 equals, it's probably still better than my normal handwriting, it's a sad thing, equals a times x, which is 0, right, minus h, which is minus 50, squared. Then what is it, plus k? Not so hard, k is 35, plus 35. Okay? Alright, so we want to solve for a, so we want to get a by itself. So we're going to do 15 minus 35. So what's 15 minus 35? Repeat the question so it gives me time to think. What do we got, negative 20? Okay. Alright, once we do that, we get rid of the 35 on this side. We get negative 20 on the left side equals a times, well, what's negative 50 squared? Let's just go ahead and simplify that. What's 5 squared? 25. What's 50 squared? Well, 50 times 50, it's got 2 zeros. Okay, so your answer's going to have 2 zeros, so it's 2,500. 2,500. Okay, if I want to solve for a, I just divide by the term that it's getting multiplied by, 2,500. You have no idea how focused I am. This is fun. See, I had a plan to use the stylus, but obviously my stylus breaks when I want to use it. The one time I want to use it, it just doesn't work. Classic. Okay, so we get a equals this negative 20 over 2,500, which if we wanted to simplify that we can. Is there really a need to? I don't see it. Okay, so my a is going to be negative 20 over 2,500. We can plug it right back into this equation. Okay, right back into this one. Leave x and y as x and y. I need more space now. Oh yeah, technology, the best. Okay, did I already go to step 2? Oh, I did, right? This was step 2 right here, the solve for a. Now Now the final step is to write the equation. This is the old version of OneNote. I like this version better, honestly. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so we have y equals a, which is negative 20, over 2500. Okay, times x minus h. My h is still 50. Squared plus 35, which is my k. Done. Okay, now the only thing we go back and do, if we want to be good mathematicians, right, which we all are, you know that, okay, is we need to simplify this. The negative 20 divided by 2,500. It's pretty easy. Divide by 10. See if 250 can be divided by 2, which it can. I'll let you guys figure that out. Okay, we're just worried about the concepts right now. Just make sure we get it down. Okay, number 2. This is where I would usually give you guys a couple seconds to work on it on your own. I'm assuming, hopefully you're staying off your phones right now and eyeballs are on this video, so we can skip that step. So let's go right into number 2. Okay, so number 2, first step, remember, plug in your x, y, and h and k. So here's my x and y, my random point that it gives me. Could we use any point? Yeah. Why is it smart to use the y-intercept though? Because you get a 0 for an x value, which makes your math super easy. Okay, if you use any random point on here, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Actually, it's going to be a lot bit more difficult. You're probably going to get fractions and nasty decimals. So we use, for teaching, and hopefully in your homework, we use only the y-intercept. Because we want that nice, clean x value to be 0. And then remember, here's my h. Here's my k. That's a brutal h. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's plug it in. So we have y equals, we have 20 equals, where's my cursor? There it is. We have 20 equals a times x minus h, which what is my x? Duh, my x is 0. So I don't need that. It's going to be 0 minus h, which is 25, squared, plus k, which is going to be 30. Sorry if my voice sounds super monotone. Tired. It's like 11 o'clock. I definitely wouldn't procrastinate making this video. Of course not. You guys know me better than that. Okay, I'll give you a second to write this down. I don't want to go too fast, since I'm not physically seeing you guys right. Okay, remember we were also on the second step. Okay. Alright, we'll start simplifying this, right? So we need to subtract 30 over, and then figure out what 25 squared is. Okay, so subtract 30. Cross off. Subtract 30. Okay, we get 20 minus 30 is going to be negative 10. Equals a 25 squared is going to be 625. Okay, divide by 625 on both sides to get a by itself. My chair is spinning, I don't know why. Okay, so we get a equals negative 10 over 625. Okay, let's be good mathematicians, simplify. Okay, I guess we can do this, right? 10 divided by 5 is what, 2? So divide both by 5. We know they are divisible by 5 because they start with they end with a 0 or a 5. Okay, so we're going to get negative 2 on top. Now what's 625 divided by 5? 125. Ooh, that's a bad 2. I can't live with that one. A little bit better. Not that good though. Okay, here's my a value. And then my third and final step is to plug that a value back in and write the equation just like we did down there. Okay, so we get y equals a, which is negative 2 over 125, okay, times x minus h squared, x minus 25 squared. Remember, the h value is my x component of the vertex, and then plus k, which is plus 30. Ooh, that 3's tough. There we go. Hard? Not really, right? It's pretty straightforward. So right there's your answer. Exactly what we want. Okay? Is that it? Is that the only notes? Yeah, 2 problems. Okay, so like right now, what did that take? I'm at 10 minutes. So you watch 10 minutes of the video. You probably got roughly 35 minutes left of class to do your homework. So there should be no reason we don't have our homework done. Okay, remember, be respectful of the sub. Treat them better than you would me. Other than that, have a good weekend. Be safe, be smart. You know the drill. Alright, see you guys.